Welcome, King Los, arguably one of the best freestyles of all time. Welcome to Black TV again.
Peace. What's good?
Man, I'm so excited to talk to you. You're literally a legend and you deserve all your flowers.
Oh, thank you.
Let's just start there.
I appreciate that.
Of course. Man, well...
If I can't get my flowers, I'll start taking them off graves.
That's intense.
It's just a mindset.
I got you.
It's not really like a negative energy. It's just like sometimes in life you have to be so assertive that life is competitive.
Right.
You know, it's competitive.
It very much is.
And so in the art form that I'm in, predominantly being music or rap, it's a very alpha natured environment. So it's just like that. And that's actually very positive amongst MCs, like to dominate and to be the best and, you know, to be the God MC. So
right.
I would be like that to the rest of what we know as the rap world or whatever they're calling themselves these days.
I feel like if that's a bar, take flowers off their graves. You ever use that in a...
Yeah, I never used that one, but I did use one that said, I gave them flowers, they gave me dirt, so I just grew more flowers and made it work.
Ooh.
I did say that.
Bars.
I'm him.
Well, I would love to start at the beginning if that's cool.
I have no beginning. Let's go.
You got a crazy story, Lo, so people need to know. I'm sure you talk about a bunch, but I feel like there's so many hidden gems.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But just talk about growing up in the west side of Baltimore. What a young King Los was like growing up there.
Man, really? We going back that far?
Yeah.
Shit.
Just briefly, so the people get a little taste of what Baltimore was like, you know? I feel like...
Yeah, Baltimore is very interesting. It's one of those places that's hard to explain. It's almost like, you know, it's almost like, you know, like you had a crazy ass night out, right? But it ended up great, but everything in the beginning was like, you was just trying to get to this place, and then there was all this commotion, and then you were with people, and then some people got left, and that's like Baltimore. It's like you had to be there. I can't even explain this shit. You literally had to be there. But if I had to describe it, I would say I had to say that it's like beautiful ugly. And it prepared me so much for the rest of the world, because I went through so much shit just being in that environment, that when I made it out of that environment, things weren't very challenging to me.
Okay, I respect
You
that.
know, I was built different, and it gave me like this perseverance and tenacity, like this insatiable desire to conquer and win no matter what. And things just didn't feel as tough to me as they did when I was in the city. So I definitely had to make it out of the city to acquire some sort of like opportunities, because it wasn't very much opportunities there at that time. There's way more now. But then, I mean, shit, the internet wasn't even really like prominent. You know what I'm saying? And I was making impact on the internet, but more impact in the street. You know, it was more so about like rolling up the ciphers and people calling my phone saying, hey, this dude want to battle you. And we had to like go to his block and his hood with all his goons and gangsters. And, you know, but I've been through so much, man. Shit with you know, feds and everything, just trying to make it.
Right.
And that was in Baltimore. That wasn't even, you know, after. So it was a lot of ups and downs, but it built me. It built me to be who I am, even lyrically who I am, you know, because having nothing, it made me aspire to want to be the best first. Before I even wanted to be famous, or I don't even really want to be famous, but like before I wanted to be like in the industry or have a record deal, the first thing I wanted was to be the best rapper. That was the first thing I wanted. And I had posters of everybody on my wall. Like I had LL Cool J, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and Ludacris and all these artists that I was looking at every day, like, I'm gonna be better than you, I'm gonna be better than you one day. And that was my goal first. And then in that mission, people would meet me and say, man, you're really good. Are you doing something with this? And I'm like, well, what do you do with it? Like, they're like, nah. Like, then they would introduce me to people and take me to New York. And that was my first time getting out the city. And so music took me so many places.
Right.
And then someone took me to LA.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And took me to the BET Awards.
Oh, okay.
And it ruined my college experience.
Why?
Because I dropped out immediately.
Oh.
I said, yeah, I'm in the wrong place. I'm doing computer science. What the hell is that?
That shit's hard as hell.
I just sat next to Snoop. I can't come back home and do computer science. That shit don't even add up now. So yeah, that was a thing that happened. And I like fought my whole life to go to college because it was like nobody in my family went to college type shit. So it just, I felt like I was overcoming milestones by just going to college. I put myself in college. Mm-hmm. Like I had no assistance, Respect. So, it was like, that was a big thing. And then somebody took me to the BET Awards. I was like, oh shit, now I can't go to college because there's BET Awards. Like who knew? Right. So yeah, it's life. So I think maybe like 4 years after that, I got a record deal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Real quick, just on Baltimore. Why do people in Baltimore pronounce two like two?
Two.
Two, yeah.
Two.
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah.
You. Tuesday.
Yes.
I don't know. I know it's our tone and our dialect. Like, it's just like a native thing, It's a regional thing. Because if you go 25 minutes out to like, say, DC, because DC is like 25, 30 minutes away, or even PG, they don't pronounce it like that, So we have a different enunciation than a lot of people, and it's been making headlines as of lately. Yeah. And see, that's another thing, and that's showing you that Baltimore is getting more light, because when I was coming up, I didn't know I had an accent. Right. Because I never went nowhere. And then when I started to go to other places more often, people would say, you have an accent. And I'm like, no, I don't. I didn't know that accents worked both ways. I thought that only people who weren't in my city had accents. You know what I'm saying? Like Atlanta. And then I was like, oh, I have an accent? So then I realized, yeah, we do say to and do and you. And I don't know why, but we fuck a lot of words up, actually.
Like what? What else?
Let me see. Mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we literally say mother, not mother. Water.
Okay.
Water. Yeah. We say lore. So instead of little, we say lore. Like, man, shut your little ass up. So let's have a typical Baltimore conversation. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna speak to you in Baltimorean. Okay. All right. And you just call me. Okay. So you just fake call me.
What's up, King Los?
Fuck it is, dummy.
Dummy.
That's it. That's a good thing.
Oh, it's a good thing. Okay, cool.
It's all love. Yeah. All right, ready? We're gonna start over.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What's up, King Los?
Fuck it is, dummy. Fuck is you doing? Come on, you gotta respond to him. I'm talking to you in Baltimore.
Well, I was gonna ask you to pronounce 2022.
Yo, you already know, man. It's 2. Well, it was when it was. It's 2/22. 22. You already know. And that's what we say too. We say already. Like, we don't say already.
Yeah, yeah.
But we got a real crazy accent, man. Yeah. I love our accent though. Cause for a long time, I feel like early on, a lot of Baltimore artists was sounding like other artists from other places, because that's what was popular. And that's what we saw people getting on. And now it's dope to have our own accent and people fuck with it. Even though they make fun of it, they still admire it in a way. They still giving it reverence, no matter how you look at it. So, yeah.
That's beautiful.
You already know, boy, fuck it is. I mean, you gotta say it. Say fuck it is, dummy.
Fuck it is, dummy.
You gotta say fuck it is, like fuck it is.
Fuck it is.
Fuck it is. Listen to the cadence. Fuck it is.
Fuck it is.
Yeah, fuck it is, dummy. Come on, you got it. Come on.
Fuck it is, dummy. That's it, right? I can't.
It's good. You did good for your first time. Say Hulu.
Hulu.
Lou.
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 Like Lewis. Lou.
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 Lou. Two.
Yeah, Hulu.
Hulu. Vlad was trying to explain the two on the phone. I was like, two.
Yeah.
Two. I was like, wait.
The two. It's two. It's like TEW.
Right,
like
right,
two.
right. That's
Yeah.
so funny to me.
Yeah. Everybody say that, but you gotta love it though.
Right.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
Or if I say, see how I said you gotta love it. In Baltimore, it was like you gotta love it.
Oh, okay.
Like we'll say you got instead of
Gotta love
gotta.
it.
You gotta love it. Yeah, we got crazy ass.
That's funny.
I'm glad I can articulate myself though, and even outside of the space, and still come back to my super strong accent. Even as
Yeah.
long as I've been out the city.
Right.
If me and the Baltimore person get to talking right now, you're gonna get lost.
Oh,
You're
I
not
love
gonna
that.
know once we go down that road, it's over with.
That's culture.
Say screw me.
Scare me.
Yeah, that's how we say excuse me.
Oh, that's
Scare me.
hilarious. That's
Scare me.
funny.
Screw me, miss. Screw me, Lord Shirley. What's up with you?
Dang.
Yeah,
Do you ever
so-
go back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah. My family there, you know.
Right.
And in my hood, like everybody from where I grew up. So yeah, I go back and
I got you.
and fuck with them. But I've been so focused lately. I just been not going nowhere because I'm trying to get a lot of shit done.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely about to go back in the summertime
I hear you.
and fuck around. You got to go back.
Yeah.
You got to. Too. See that right? Too. Yeah.
I love it. I know your dad was murdered when you were younger.
Yup.
What exactly happened?
That's like some cloudy shit for me.
How old were you?
I was 16.
Oh, okay.
I was
wow.
15, 16.
Wow.
Yeah. He was in his car. I don't know what took place, but he was in his car and he had some exchange with some person and they shot him
Wow.
in his car.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was a robbery, I never was really clear on that, you know, but they caught the dude like, I want to say like 11 years later or some shit.
11 years later?
Yeah, 11 years later they caught him. Yeah.
Did they ever resolve it? Like, what happened? Like,
Nah, I mean, I don't know, cause I just at that point, I was just phased out. I was just like,
right.
you know, I was trying to just get myself back, just
Right,
get
right.
like, cause I had a lot of energy invested into like that, you know, like want to do something to him or
Yeah,
know.
it's your fucking dad. So
you know what I'm saying.
You know,
And I had this thing for a long time where I was like, literally my thought process was like, because people would ask me like, you know, like, do you want to kill him
oh, wow.
and stuff like that, and I used to be like, I was like, nah, I want to kill his father.
Oh, wow.
And that was just like my thought process, you know, Baltimore is an eye for an eye, or an eye for a arm, leg, head, everything. We coming for everything. We not playing no games. So as a 16-year-old, I felt that way strongly for a long time. And it was hard for me to get into a positive state of mind, because that was constantly in the back of my mind, you know what I'm saying? But I was making choices to just like do the right thing as much as I could, you know? And I had to like make myself happy. And I was really like depressed for like 16 years after that. And I didn't even know what depression was.
Wow.
You know, I didn't even know depression was a thing.
Right.
I was just coping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I became very like jokeful, full of laughter, because like I was masking and dealing with that, but I had to do it for myself.
Right.
So I just made the decision to make something out of myself, opposed to being self-destructive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was definitely on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, that's heavy for anybody. Talk about, I know you started rapping while you were in high school. About
I
the
started rapping when
situation.
my father died.
Yeah, exactly. So how
Yeah.
did music help, and how did it feel to let it out in that outlet?
It was great. It's actually what made me who I am now. It's why I'm this good, because I did it every day. it was my outlet. It was my go-to. So I wrote every day.
Every
It
day.
started out I was writing stories. I was writing literature.
Okay.
I was studying like Edgar Allan Poe, Robert Frost, Emily Dickinson, Shakespeare, you know, because I just got into literature. Like I just buried myself into literature.
Right.
And so I would write poems and all types of shit. It started out like that. It didn't turn to rap until I actually got to high school.
Got it.
And then people at lunchtime was like rapping. And I was like, oh, this shit is fire. You know, they beating on the table, old school. You know, boom. And everybody, oh. And then some dude step up and he rapping and shit. I'm like, oh, okay. This is flames. And it was the attention for me. It was the fact that everybody was locked in on these guys.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I like this. So what I started doing was I started preparing raps before lunch because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And I started writing shit. And then eventually I go down there, kick my shit, and then everybody like, you know, and people would say like, yo, you really good. This is my first time rapping ever. You know? They're like, you really good at this. And I started taking it into consideration. And people said I was good, so I kept writing. And that's when I developed like just writing and really locking in. And at that time, I was idolizing like Cannabis, Big Pun,
Okay, yeah.
Nas,
Big Pun talking crazy too.
and like Big L. Yeah, Big Pun. Did in the middle with Little Italy, little did we know little the zero middleman who didn't do diddly. See, doing shit like that, I was like, oh, okay, I gotta add this shit to my arsenal. You know what I'm saying? So I was like doing shit like I could think of some of my earliest raps like back then. Damn. I had something like, I'm composing the scriptures, mind possessed by the dough and the bitches, holding the riches while the weak niggas fold with the quickness. Platinum is happening, but I'm flashing the gold at these bitches. That's all I remember on that one. And I remember I had to cop a little pension just to stop the tension. The block was a bitch and my Glock was in the cock position. Face to face looking the optics of my opposition, not to mention knowing any moment that the plot could thicken. Due to my optimism of being with lots of women that widened my proposition to be in the tropics with them. This was my first raps. I just remembered it right now because you said it. So I also have extensive memory.
Right.
But yeah, that was my first raps. So I was like, I scaled myself on Pun, Cannabis, Big L, and Nas. So that was my intro. That was my first raps. You know, I was always had the intellect. And I just wrote it down. So when I was kicking my first raps at lunch and people was like, yo, this dude is cold. And I didn't even know I was cold till people reacted to me and told me that I was cold. So I'm sort of like an alien that was trying to mask itself around humans.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize I was an alien until I realized everybody else was human. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
Like I didn't know. I'm like, hold on. Okay, I'm exceptional. I didn't know that. No, nobody can. Oh, damn. I'm already the best in the school.
Right.
How? Just started last week. See what I'm saying? And it was some tight dudes in my school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Forest Park High School. Shout out to Forest Park High School.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that's where I started. That's where I got my start at.
2002, you auditioned for Diddy's Making the Band.
Yo.
In which...
You want to know how that shit happened?
Yes, please.
I was in D.C. doing something with my homeboys. I don't know what. And I saw this long line.
Oh my gosh.
Of people. And I was like, yo, pull over there, bro. What's all them people? And we saw that it was, I got out and I asked the people because they had papers and they were all standing in this line. I'm like, yo, what y'all doing? They was like, oh, P. Diddy got like a making of the band. And I was like, a making of the band? What you mean? He's like, yeah, he taking rappers and he making a group. And it's for MTV. I was like, stop lying. Y'all, for real? Everybody's like, yeah, I'm looking in the line. I said, okay, I just walked all the way up to the front of the line. The line was always around the corner.
Everyone?
I cut everybody. I got a paper. I walked straight out, auditioned for Puff right there, and they selected me. That's how that happened. That's literally how that happened.
You always had that much confidence?
Always. Always. Literally. That was the first
People
day.
don't get mad.
Yeah. Yes.
I'd be like, wait, why he get to go?
It's like because I'm from a place where like if you don't take it, you don't get it.
Right. I respect that.
So I was like, I would never wait on like Baltimore niggas don't wait in lines. For what?
Right.
Wait in line like what you gonna do? You ain't gonna stop me. So I want this more than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just my Baltimore instincts to walk up to the front. Like, I ain't about to wait. Y'all not never getting in here. And they gonna find the person before you get there.
Right.
So I was like, I gotta go now. And I told my peoples, go ahead. They left. I just went in there and I literally was there all day. And that was my intro to the whole shit. And I got a call back and they wanted to take me to New York and do the whole making the band shit. And I won the band and I left New York and didn't do the band.
Why? Why did you refuse to sign papers?
I never wanted to be in a band.
I respect
I wanted to
that.
I wanted to meet Puff.
Oh, wow.
I wanted the opportunity to show him I had skill. So I left. And when I got home, they called and they was like, I left New York. I literally had my man come pick me up from New York, drive to New York from Baltimore, pick me up and drive me back in the middle of the night. Didn't say nothing. After I won the whole band. It would have been like me, Chopper, Ness, Babs, Freddie.
Freddie B.
I was there with all them.
What? What was your... did you impulsively decide that? Or?
Yeah, I just decided to dip. I was like, I'm out. This ain't my shit. This ain't my style. I'm out. I just dipped. Literally, I called my man and said, yo, come scoop me, man. Come scoop me, bro. I said, can you come get me, please? He came, got me. By the time he got there, it was like the middle of the night, so it's perfect. I just left out the hotel, left the contract on the desk. All the rest of them took the contract.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which they feel some kind of way about to this day.
Bro, I saw what Freddie B said recently.
I seen that shit, but it's like, you know, you gotta move in a God space, man. And I
but
just
he
did.
He didn't know he was signing up for that.
I don't think nobody did. But I tell you what it was for me. The contract was like this thick.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? And I never seen a contract in my life. I'm from the hood. I was like, what the fuck? And I just dipped. I just left. And then Puff called the crib. When I got home, they called me the next day, just blowing my phone up.
No.
And Puff was like, got on the phone and said, yo, yo, Playboy, you know what you doing, Playboy? Yo, you walking away from a major opportunity. He said, man, I was basing the whole shit around. I was going to center point you and base this shit off you, storyline. And I was just like, it ain't my style, man. It really ain't my style. I don't want to be in a group. And so I waited, and then I don't want to advance you if you move in a certain direction.
Oh, no, it's cool.
I
No,
waited.
you can say it.
Yeah, I waited, and then a couple years later, I signed a solo deal with Puff.
Yeah. Well, I just want to know what was going through your head when he called you, if all you wanted to do was meet Puff.
I knew I was important.
Oh, okay.
I knew I was important. I knew I had something, and it confirmed all that confidence I had.
Right.
It just was a confirmation, like.
Got you.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, I am special.
Right.
Yeah.
What did Freddie P, because he said he contemplated suicide, he got mental stress.
Shout out to Freddie P, man. Freddie P, you know, we praying for your that you find solace and serenity and peace, abundance, love, and you know, all that, man. You know, because mental illness and depression, I dealt with it for a long time in my life, but it was because of my dad. It wasn't because of music. It never was because of music. It's because of my dad, you know. But yo, shout out to Freddie P, man. Get in a good space. You know what I'm saying? And it's love. You know, if you need to reach out to me, you know, hit me up.
Right.
You know, you can inbox me. It's love, dog. You know, I know how it is. It's life.
Right.
Straight up.
Do you feel like you dodged the bullet with that one?
Nah, because I would have got on there and I just would have been a superstar.
Okay.
I would have got on there and been a superstar because I never had opportunity.
Right.
So I wasn't going, listen, I'd have had everybody there. I'd have had us, we'd have all did it right. Because I'm like that. I'm like the mastermind. And I'd have had, you know, a meeting with everybody and say, look, we're going to take this, we're going to turn this shit into what we need to turn it into, y'all. We ain't going to fuck all that. You know, I didn't even make it to the whole cheesecake shit, you know, because I dipped. But I'm telling you right now, I'd have been the first nigga. Like,
You would have walked 5 miles to get him cheesecake?
what? I didn't have no opportunity. Like,
Damn.
if I would have went that far, 5 miles wasn't gonna stop me from my
Right.
dreams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't gonna stop me from my fucking dreams, bro. Like, not a piece of cheese. I don't give a fuck. I'm from murder, fucking drugs. You know, I'm from Baltimore, man. The fuck? You gonna give me my dreams if I go get you? That's it? I don't got no ego, all that shit trash. So I get it, but I never made it to that point because I made a decision to split. You know what I'm saying? But if I would have stuck with it, I wasn't gonna let that get in my way if I was determined in that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would have found a way for us to work together.
Right.
You know, that's me. I'm a mastermind. So I would have masterminded the shit. I would have made sure we all stay together, don't get egos. We get this bread. We do everything we need to do, and we take this opportunity, and then we find ways to find our individuality. Because, to be honest, none of them people was a real group. You know, everybody had individual, special, specific talents. So I would have found a way for us to branch out and get our shit off. And now when you see Babs, like, she doing the whole Queen of the Ring shit and the battle rap shit, she doing her thing. She's shining, you know? She's an extremely talented person. Shout out to Babs, that's my sis. Chopper, I was in Vegas, seen Chopper in the strip club with a big stack of money, bunch of ice on, driving Lambos and shit. Chopper, you know what I'm saying? I knew Chopper since he was 14.
Right.
He was 15, 16 back then. Chopper used to be in Baltimore.
Crazy.
So shout out to him. Willie from Day 26. That's my dude. You know, he's talented. All them people, Freddie P. I used to think that Freddie P was probably like the best in the group because his voice, and he was coming with that energy first. Like, a lot of that energy pre-existed all the shit we seeing now. So these kids would have been the first to do a lot of that shit. And Freddie P was just special like that. You know what I'm saying? So I could see how he feel about feeling like he was on top and then, you know, taking that L. But shit, like, I took a lot of L's, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I lost that deal, you know, to some more federal type shit.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, some street shit type shit. So, you know, I know how I feel. I took an L. I was right back in the hood, nigga. Right after I waited, did all that fly shit, got signed, you know, solo. Right when I was chopping my album down, last day, I had to go back to Baltimore, and then I got a phone call that said I lost my deal because the feds ran in Puff's studio behind me and my, you know, me and my peoples. So I lost my deal. You know, I lost that deal. I was back in the hood.
Right.
Fucked up. After I got signed a $500,000 deal in 2006.
I wanted to ask, first of all, how that conversation happened after making the band stuff. How did you end up linking with Puff again to give you a solo deal?
I did this, I put together this freestyle.
The 10-minute freestyle.
The 10-minute freestyle is so epic.
That you gassed, that Vlad made
Y'all
a little
understand
cartoon
something?
out of.
When I do like my like genius, right? Like yay, right? And I still got that footage, right? That me with that big ass 3X t-shirt on, gold teeth, braids, you know, at the time. And I play that 10-minute freestyle. It's gonna go down in history. See, it didn't get as light then because it was too advanced. It was far too advanced for the time frame.
Right.
Right? Now, in 2022, got that two for you? Now, when it gets put in a certain light, after we look back and reflect, people going to be mind blown because people can't do that now. It's still special now. So that's what I created. I created a 10-minute freestyle. It was really 11 minutes. And I went over about 50 different beats. And I had the beats interchanging and switching, and I switched my flow every time the beat changed. You know? And I remembered it off the top of the dome. Like, I remembered it. So even when them beats would switch, I would just do it. and I could go anywhere and do it. So that was the thing. I had it memorized and I could do it. And I had took the CD with me everywhere I went that had all the beats on it. And I would perform it for people. So people was like
11 minutes straight.
11 minutes straight. And people would say like, yo, I've never seen nothing like this in my life. I got to take you to my man. And then they take me to their man, and the man like, yo, I never seen nothing like this in my life. He take me to his man. And his man like, yo, hold on, I got to call my man because my man is such and such. So then they take me to such and such, and such had a position at such and such and knew such and such. So they took me to so and so, and it went like that all the way till I got to Diddy. Wow. That's how I got to Diddy. So I went to Sadiq in Philly. He was on Black Friday. He managed Beans. Beanie Siegel.
Crazy.
He got Beanie Siegel with Jay-Z.
Oh, wow.
So he took us to meet Jay-Z and meet Tata at the time at the 40 Club because we was going to have a meeting with them. But he took us to meet Beans first. So we met Beans. Beans was like, yo, this dude is incredible. What the fuck? So Beans took us to Dame.
Ooh.
Then we go to Dame. Dame is with Biggs, so it's Dame and Biggs, and they're in the studio. I do it for Dame. Dame is like, yo, I remember last great motherfucker he seen was Hove.
Right.
So he was like, yo, this kid is crazy. But of course, state property, because Chris is a beast. But he was like, yo, I didn't know people still rap 10 minutes. Like, I didn't know this was a thing still. Like, so I did it for him. And then we had Puff next. And he was kind of saying, like, don't go. Like, don't go to Puff. And then we went to Puff. I did it for Puff. Blew Puff's mind. So Puff was like, y'all niggas got more meetings? So he was like, yeah, we going to go see Hove. That was the next meeting. We had Hove. And Puff was like, yo, just come home. Go do your other meetings. Just come home. Just come back home. So he was like, home? He's like, yeah, because, this is home
right
now for you.
Right.
If you want to come back, this home. So y'all could have Daddy's house. That's the studio Biggie and all them recorded at in New York. Y'all could be there. Y'all could, record, do whatever you want until you make the decision. Like, I want y'all to sign with me.
Right.
So we went to go do the Jay-Z thing.
How was that?
And I'll tell you, it was crazy, right? So, look, this shit is epic.
Yo.
We pull up. I can't make this shit up.
I know.
Right?
I'm like...
I could, but this is the truth. We pull up to the 40 Club. We're going to meet Jay-Z, right? And we pull up there, and it's a Maybach parked out. Now, this is like the first time you see Maybach, right? It's a Maybach parked, and it got like the partition, like that thing in the block that you can't see through the window, right? So we like, yo, we like, that's Jay-Z. In our minds, we like, yo, that's Jay-Z, that's Jay-Z. So they leaving out the 40 Club. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Puff, and Naomi Campbell.
Oh, wow.
They're getting into Jay-Z's. I'm assuming it's Jay-Z's Maybach, right? Maybe it was Puff's. I don't know. But they're getting into the Maybach. And we standing there, me and all my hood niggas, across the street, and we just looking at paparazzi, because Jay-Z, the 40 Club was new at this time. So it was a lot of hype around it. It was hard to get into and everything. So Puff looks up. He got like these senses. It's like uncanny ability, right? And he peers over as he's getting into the Maybach. Jay-Z got in first. Beyonce got in beside him. Naomi Campbell got in. And then Puff was getting in. And Puff turned and he saw us across the street. And he got out of the Maybach. Beelined across the street, right? Leaving bodyguards, everybody just walks over to us. He like, yo, what's good? What y'all doing here? Puts his arm around me and starts walking me down the street.
Oh my gosh.
And we're like, yeah, we came. Sadiq was taking us to meet Rockefeller, whatever. He like, yo, just meet me at Justin's. That's his restaurant at the time. He's like, yo, just meet me at Justin's. So we're like, okay. So I don't know what he did to Jay-Z. Got rid of Jay-Z.
Oh my gosh.
Right? We meet him at Justin's. He's like, yo, we need to do this deal. We need to do it right now. We need to do this deal. So ever since then, I was with Puff. This is like, he just pushed the line. He just pushed the line so crazy. And ever since, and we did a deal, and it was great. Yeah. It was great. It was my first time having some money. $500,000 deal in 2005.
How was that contract?
It was dope because I had my lawyers.
Okay.
At this time, I had my lawyers, Paul Gardner. Shout out to Paul Gardner.
All right.
You know, one of the best entertainment lawyers in all of Maryland, you know, in all of the world.
Right.
But he did the deal, got everything done, and I was a bad boy artist.
Crazy. Can you talk about, because I know you signed through The Block Incorporated, a local Baltimore record label.
C's, Marty, my boys, man.
Yeah, can you just describe The Block and what that situation was with you? Because ultimately...
The Block was like, it was like almost like a smaller edition of like, you know how you sing like BMF with Meech? And like, so The Block was like the Baltimore kind of like version of that. You know, these dudes had all the cars, they had all the money, they had all the hood fame, and they just wanted some artists. They wanted some artists to transition their life from the streets to, you know, legit.
Right.
And that was their dream. So the girl that lived across the street from me, Keisha, it's always a Keisha, right?
Yeah.
The girl that lived across the street from me, Keisha, I used to go over her house and we would smoke and chill or whatever. And she's like, you know, my baby daddy got a record label.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what's up. She's like, I need to introduce you to him. I'm like, yeah, you should introduce me to him sometime. So one day I'm coming home and I see like this drop top Benz just speed through the block, like speed off from her house, like just woo. So I run over to her house real quick. I'm like, yo, who the fuck just left your house? Like, was that Jay-Z? Like, who you know? She's like, oh no, that's my baby daddy. I'm like, that nigga living like that? I need to meet this nigga. So she introduced us. He like, yeah, I'm starting a record label, The Block, this, that, and the third. You know, that was Corey. We call him C's. And then my man Marty. So they introduced us and, you know, the rest was history. They had a studio down on Pennsylvania and Gold. You know what I'm saying? Pennsylvania and Gold Street. And we went to the studio every day and we just started building. I didn't even know what I was doing. You know, they had like a multi-million-dollar studio. I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. I could just rap. I didn't know how to make songs, you know, none of that. And they just fell in love with my talent. And we had an artist, Scar Akbar. He was like the lead artist at the time. And we eventually had another artist called named Drop. He was from New York. And that was The Block. We was the Triangle Offense. And then we just went around battling people, you know, shit like that. But with the label, you know, we went to Miami, had all the cars out, went to every club, brought all the Cristal. This was in the Cristal era.
Right.
We wasn't sipping no Moet. We was sipping Cristal, going everywhere, and we was doing it, you know, on that level. Some Baltimore dudes, and really was the pioneers for a lot of the movements that's going on right now. You know, shout out to my man Sonny, my boy Sticks, you know, my man Wimp, everybody from around, you know, the projects. So these are all my peoples. Yep.
So you lost the deal due to some street stuff. What exactly happened? Were you getting arrested? What happened?
Yeah, well, a lot of this shit with my guys, everything was going good, you know. I had did over 100 songs with Bad Boy. We was trimming it down, you know, because for the album, you got to have like 15 songs.
Right.
So we trimming it down from 100 to 15, whatever. We going through that whole process. And we get to the last day and like none of my people show up. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
Like, what the fuck is
crazy.
up?
Yeah.
And like, they didn't come all day. And I'm like, yo, where my niggas at? So after I get finished working for that day, I called my man Marty, and Marty was CEO of the company, and I'm like, yo, what's good with everybody? He's like, yo, I'm at the hotel. So I go back to the hotel and I knock on his door, and then I just look at his face. His face is like sad, like, and I'm looking at him like, yo, what's good, nigga? You good? And he like, man. And then he just had his head down. He was like, yo, they got my girl. And I'm like, what you mean? And he was just like, yo, they got my girl. And I'm like, I don't know what you mean, bro. And he was just like, so he wasn't really saying much. So we get in a car, we drive back to Baltimore. And eventually we find out that they kidnapped this girl and
Oh my gosh.
held her for $1 million ransom. She gave them the money, and they still killed her.
Oh my
And
God.
they put her in the trunk of her own car and parked it. And that was the last day that I was at Bad Boy. And then after that, Marty had to get low, because shit was just too crazy. And shit was just too crazy, and now everything is different. And in one day, everything is different. So I'm back in the hood. I was with my boy Rello at the time. And I was with Rello, and I got a phone call from Harv Pierre, who is the president of Bad Boy at the time. And Harv Pierre would tell me that they were no longer moving forward with my deal.
Wow.
And that they had to, drop me. And I'm in the hood and I'm just fucked up. So I got all this shit going on. Then I got this shit going on. And now I'm just fucked up. I'm back at square one, all the way back to nothing. And that shit was just fucked up. And now Marty was like kind of like on the run, kind of just like trying to stay low, stay out the way, because he got all this shit going on. And, he eventually gets locked up. Corey was locked up, so they locked up in the feds. I'm by myself, and I'm like broke and like everything, so it was just fucked up. So I'm with my man Kamar, who was working with the company at the time. We called him Kimmy, and we was just scratching and scraping. And after that, we were just trying to figure it out again, but it was taking too long, and it just wasn't looking up. It wasn't looking up. And it was like, it took 6 years. It was like 6 years of that.
Right.
So.
How did you cope? Like, how did you deal with that?
I was just so used to being from the bottom.
Oh, okay.
That I didn't let it shell shock me. And then another thing is, I used to weigh everything against the death of my father. So like,
Yeah.
nothing could really fuck me over no more, because after I dealt with the death of my dad, nothing impacted me in the same way. So I used to use that as like my protective shield. Even with everything, relationships, anything, I was like, I could say fuck you in 2 seconds, because I've been through this, I've been through that. This shit won't ever hurt me or affect me on that level. So that's how I used to look at shit.
Right.
So I did, I was fucked up, but I wasn't crushed. The death of my dad crushed me, but that shit didn't. It just, I was like, I'm gonna get another deal. I was still mind you, now I'm on the internet heavy. I'm going crazy on the internet because I don't have no choice. It's my only outlet. And I learned a lot about the internet when I was at Bad Boy. They created my Twitter. You know what I'm saying? We was coming out of the age of MySpace into Twitter. So they created my Twitter.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, at Bad Boy, they was like, yo, marketing
Right.
people, we got to get you
Right.
social media. We got to get you. So my, and this at the time when Young Jock going crazy.
Oh, okay. It's going down.
So we was watching, yeah, it's going down, right? So we watching a video, and my man Slam from Bad Boy, we was watching the It's Going Down video, right? Do, right? And Slam was like, he's like, yo, that nigga Jock. Because at the time, Jock was Bad Boy's biggest artist at that moment, right? So Slam was like, yo, that nigga Jock, he a swagger boy. And when he had said swagger boy, I took that shit. This is the first time anybody ever noticed in the world. Slam, I got that from you. So I called my Twitter Swagger Boy Los. And that's how Swagger Boy Los started. And that's how that shit started. Because he was like, Jock a swagger boy.
That's crazy.
So I just took that shit from him, and I became Swagger Boy Los. And that was my first name. It's horrible. Terrible name. But that wasn't, Los was my first name, but that was my first social media handle.
Yeah.
Swagger Boy Los.
That's funny.
Yeah. It's historic though. For real. And so I go back home and I just started doing a lot of internet shit. YouTube was getting really, really popular. So I was doing a lot of freestyles. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Lil Wayne covers and shit. And I started to get popular off the internet. Yep. So it took 6 years. And now 106 in Park is a thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All this shit. I'm sitting home watching this shit sick. Like, damn, that was me. That was my channel. That was me.
Right.
Yeah. 6 years. Fucked up.
2010, you moved to LA. Right?
I don't know. I'm not good with dates.
You remember all these bars.
Well, that's the only thing that's important.
That's true.
The bars. It's what got me out the hood.
Yeah.
If I ever got to go back.
Right.
But yeah, I don't remember the date, but I moved to Atlanta first.
Oh, okay. How was that?
I wasn't there.
Oh.
I moved there, but somebody called me immediately and said they wanted to work with me in LA. So I had the crib there, but they flew me out to LA and I was sleeping on their couch.
Who's they?
Yo, you ever heard of an artist named Travis Mills?
Yeah.
White boy?
Yes, he had a show on Beats. I book artists for them.
All right.
I booked some artists for them.
I wrote a lot of his shit.
What? That was him?
I wrote a lot of his shit.
What?
I wrote a lot of his shit. I wrote Go For It All. I wrote Vans On. And a lot of records that he had, I wrote, I was helping him with his bars. So they was my first checks, and I was sleeping on his manager's couch. That's how I got to LA.
How did they know you could songwrite?
He just knew I was dope.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, yo, my boy Jay Oliver actually plugged me.
Okay.
Because I think Jay Oliver had worked with him. And he was like, yo, he fucks with you. He want to work with you. At the time, he was signed to Columbia. You know what I'm saying? He was doing like 1,000 people venues, and it would be like 999 girls. Like one dude.
That's funny.
Yeah.
How'd it feel to get those checks for songwriting? And did that open up the door for you to be like, oh shit, I could do...
Yeah, it got me my first $3,000 check. I never forget it.
Wow.
It was my first $3,000 check. I wrote Go For It All for him. And, the label paid a lot of money for the song from his camp, and they paid the producers, and I didn't get nothing. So the next day, his manager kind of was telling me like, yo, they love Go For It All. They want you to come back to the studio. He's like, I was like, they love it like that? He's like, yeah, they already secured it from the producers. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, they paid the producers. I'm like, hold on, what you mean? So they got paid? I wrote it. I picked the beat.
Oh,
he didn't even like the beat. I picked the beat.
Right.
So they paid for that? Because I know how this shit work.
Right.
I'm still in Baltimore mode. You got to understand. So I'm like, what you mean? They got paid? They got money? He's like, yeah. I said, well, where's my money? He said, that's not how it works. That's not how songwriting works. I said, what you mean? He said, you don't have a resume? You don't have nothing? I said, I do have a resume. He said, what's your resume? I said, I wrote Go For It All. That's this record they paid for, right? Okay, that's my resume. So I'm not going back. I refuse to go back until I get paid. They got to pay me just to show up now. He's like, that's ridiculous. They're gonna tell you, they're gonna send you on your way. I said, okay, cool. Then fuck it. And the next day he came with $3,000 check.
Oh, wow.
He said, here, this is all I could get. I said, thank you. This helps. I had no fucking money.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I could get money.
Right.
that let me know I could get this money.
Right.
And ever since then, I just get money.
This is wild because I just covered a protest, the songwriters protest outside a Soho House in LA.
Uh-huh.
They were telling me they get 0.03% of a penny of a stream from Spotify.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's insane to me. That's fucked up.
I do something a little bit different when I be doing my shit.
How do you do it? How do you navigate?
I'm a hustler. I really be wanting big bags of money.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about none of that. Have your streams. I got my own streams. Have your streams. I just want some money. Like, you want me to pull up? You want to get right? I just want a big bag of money.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
So you put your price on it before you?
I just got a real big bag of money at the studio helping one of the biggest artists of all time. And he walked in and he threw me a gigantic bag of money. And he was like, "We good?" I said, "Yeah, we good. Let's go." And we went. And we did 4 records. And that's how I like to work. I don't fuck them streams, man. I got my own streams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got my own shit going on. When I'm working, I'm just a work for hire. I'm just like a carpenter or like the pool guy. I'm just coming there to get cause it's too much with it. And then they be getting shitted on the back end. Just pay me what I'm worth. I'm the best.
Right.
Just pay me what I'm worth.
Right.
And I'm gonna give you my dedication and my, and that's it.
Right. Well, 2 questions. Can you disclose the big artist?
It was Diddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's my big bro.
Yeah.
Once again, full circle shit.
Right.
Puff. And I'm just like, yo, I don't mind like giving my all and, but like I just like to get this money because I want to feel good when I'm doing my work. I don't want to feel underappreciated. I don't want to feel used, and none of us have to. So, you got big bags of money. Can I have one?
Right.
And he I think he just respected that approach, and he walked in to the studio. He didn't say nothing. He just threw me his big ass bag, and I caught this bag, and I just looked in and I was like, okay. He's like, I said, we good.
When was this?
It's a lot. It's a big bag of money. Bad boy shit.
How long ago was this?
Oh shit, a couple months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did records on his new project.
Oh, crazy.
I did. Yeah, got to work with some of the greats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, on him. And, I mean, Puff, that's my whole introduction to this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So after that 6 years, when I was feeling down and out, and you was asking me, like, how did you... I was about to quit.
Right.
I was about to give up. And just like the streets was telling me, like, because of my peoples, are you good? If you need anything. But I was like, man, I was about to give up.
Right.
I was really sad. And shit wasn't looking up. It wasn't looking up. And then I was sitting in my raggedy ass crib, mice and shit.
Wow.
And the phone rung, and it was one of my homeboys, and he said, yo, Puff is trying to get in touch with you. And I was like, man, stop playing, nigga. Don't play like that. I'm traumatized.
Right.
He's like, nah, yo, straight up, Puff trying to get in touch with you. Is it okay? I was like, yes. So then somebody else called me. They was like, yo, we're going to patch you into Puff. And that's when I knew it was real, when they was patching me in.
Right.
I was like, okay, that's real. Being patched in sounds more like it. And Puff's like, yo, Playboy. It's like, I see you out there. You going crazy. And I was putting shit on the internet.
Yeah.
So what happened was, he was chilling with Cassie.
Okay.
A video comes on the internet of this kid rapping. At this time, I don't got the braids, nothing. Because when he met me, I had the braids, big t-shirt.
Yeah.
Now I got on a suit, the glasses. I got that fresh cut, low cut. I'm rapping. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my Jay-Z shit. It's called Rolls Royce Interior. I'm leaning on an old school, like a 1958 Rolls Royce. Fly. You know what I'm saying? He sees that and he's watching it and he's chilling with Cassie and he's like, see, that's the type of nigga I need. If I had that type of artist, that's the type of artist I fucking want. And Cassie turned to him and was like, Puff, that's Los. And he said, what do you mean? She said, Los. Los, like your Los. That's Los.
Yeah.
He said, what? And that's when he called me.
That's
6 years later.
insane.
Yeah, my story is nuts.
Right.
So he called me, and I went to New York to meet him, and he introduced me to Jimmy Iovine. He was doing the deal with Interscope, and the rest is history.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So he gave me another check,
Right.
another opportunity, and that's when I moved my family from Baltimore to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Then I make the move from Atlanta to LA, and then he just so happened to move to LA.
Right.
And so I met with him in LA, and he was like, you know how to move. You know how to follow the money. You know how to stay close to the money. And I was like, man, I'm just following my heart. Like
Right.
I just always had this uncanny ability to know where I need to be.
Right.
And ever since I've been here, everything's just been amazing.
Right.
Business wise
sure.
and everything. Yeah.
I want to talk because you were alongside the Bad Boy label with MGK, Red Cafe, French Montana. How do you feel how
That
French
was
Montana?
a beast. That was a beast ass lineup.
Right. How did that feel? Just get the juice in. Get the juice in.
Green Juice by King Los. Yo. First of all, beast ass lineup. Okay? MGK, crazy artist. Cleveland,
Right.
crazy ass white boy. Dude, lyrically, I actually went on tour with him.
Oh, okay.
We actually went on tour. Sold out everywhere. He's a rock star.
I love him.
He's a rock star. It's so much more to him that I didn't know.
Right.
He come out playing the guitar and just
Right.
being a rock star. Amazing. So yeah, him, Red Cafe, genius. Hustler. Okay? French Montana. And also shout out to Sherry Dennis. She was on Bad Boy when I was around.
Okay.
But for the last time, yeah, those guys. And it was just amazing. We did the record Ocho Cinco. Told that bitch, give me head. Ocho Cinco.
You know I was gonna ask about Ocho Cinco because if you were out at all, it was playing in every club,
Everywhere.
every function.
Everywhere. I used to get like Sincere
Okay,
put me on the mic every time. Sincere like, yo. Sincere helped me get a lot of my, like, I want to say like limelight, because he would always put me on the mic in the club. I wouldn't want to be on the mic. And he'd be like, yo, you gotta do this shit. Your part coming up. You gotta. And he would like walk to me in my section and bring the mic to me.
Wow.
And then it started being like, yo, you gotta stand up here in front of the DJ booth. Stand up. Like, they call him Sincere the Show for a reason. Like, he really understands the dynamic of that, that social nightlife and that shit. So we started performing in the clubs, and it really started being a big thing, starting with him. So we would do Ocho Cinco every time. And I think that showed a lot of people like, oh, that's that guy? Because they didn't know. But when I did it, they knew like, oh. And then my part was, the way it came in. So it, yeah, it became a thing.
Was that the biggest song you were on?
Ocho Cinco, it might have been. It might have been the biggest song that I've been on. Hold on. Can you look up Same Damn Time with Future and Puff?
25 million on YouTube.
Same Damn Time?
Yeah.
Then look up Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco has 21 million views.
Yeah.
Oh, so Same Damn Time?
So Same Damn Time, I wrote Puff's verse.
Oh, shit.
Your money and my money ain't the same damn kind. I could live your life and my life at the same damn time.
That's wild.
See your wildin' out money, that's my ride. Yeah, that's your buy your house money, that's my riding out money. I got that, I could build a mall, right? Buy your house. Yep, I wrote that. So
Crazy.
yeah.
Just back to the Ocho Cinco, like, were you out? What was the wildest memory you had during the height of that song?
I was on tour.
Oh, okay.
I was on tour. I did my own tour, and I was performing Ocho Cinco, and it was going fucking crazy. It was going crazy. So it was between that, and I had a song called "Woke Up Like That" that I did. Between those two records was like the craziest response on tour.
Wow.
Yup.
Um,
I mean, I'm horrible with timelines, so like you're bringing a lot of these memories back for me.
nah, that's fire. I feel like these are good memories. Obviously,
Yeah, it's
these are.
dope. You can help me with my documentary,
Yeah, I would love to.
cause I like all this shit. I don't know it unless you tell me.
Right.
Right.
But we were just gonna ask, given the Bad Boy label, how did you feel about how French's career turned out? Do you feel Puffy put more effort behind French?
French actually put more effort into himself.
Okay.
When French signed with Puff, he already had a lot of shit figured out. French is a mastermind. Like French would be one of the greatest A&Rs in hip hop if he wasn't an artist. French is his ear, his ability, his song making capability. I just did some shit with him recently, but
Okay.
but French is like he just know. He's one of them dudes like if you know, you know. And dude is ill on that way. So he already had a lot of steam going because he had the DVD shit going. Before he had the Coke Boy shit. It was already lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So French deal was like $1 million deal when he first signed. He was already lit.
Right.
So yeah, I was like literally coming from, I had nothing. French had a hella steam going, so, and he understood the whole social media by being Coke Boys TV and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he came in knowing.
Right.
So he really like didn't wait for Puff to do anything. He did everything. He moved, and he also had Rick Ross behind him, right? He had Maybach Music behind him at the time too.
Right.
So he had like a situation
Right.
with Ross and Puff, which was it was beautiful for him because it gave him the best of both worlds.
For sure.
Yup. Straight up.
What did you think of MGK's battle with Eminem? Just being the lyricist that you are.
I think that MGK did a good job. I think he did a good job with him.
Respect.
I think that there was several different nuances that you could appreciate from both sides just in seeing a good battle.
Right.
I think MGK said a lot of things that were personal. He took the personal approach, and I think Eminem took like I'm the lyrical giant, and I'm Eminem for a reason, and he took that approach. And I think it was great. It was like the David and Goliath, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You in awe of the giant, but you gotta love David for throwing that rock, right? You gotta love him for taking shots at the throne, like, you gotta love that shit.
Right.
I think it was beautiful.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's dope, and it's two white boys. It's good to see
Facts.
them. It's good to see some white on white crime every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? So it's because it's always us. We always got so much tension. It's good to see some white boys, do
For
their
sure.
thing. Y'all get it in. We sit back and watch.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love that. 2013, Lola gave birth to a baby boy named Brixton.
Damn, that took place.
So beautiful. Y'all are the cutest. Literally my favorite couple. How was that? How was fatherhood?
Crazy. Life changing. Yeah, full circle moment for me again. My whole dad situation, and now I'm a dad, and watching the sunrise through my sunrise, like all that shit is like, it just was levels for me, and it kicked everything up for me more. Like, yo, now you gotta get it, you gotta move, cause you got, I want to give him the world. So it's like, since birth, he's never wanted for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my whole goal in life, like, and to be the best dad on planet Earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
And obviously Lola had her own music stuff going on.
She had it popping before me.
Crazy, really?
She was fucking with Wiz. She's
That's
fucking
what
with Taylor Gang.
I was gonna ask about that. How
Yeah,
that
she was the one getting the checks. She was getting the bread. She was on tour. She was on tour pregnant.
Right. When I found that out,
Brixton
I was
seen
like,
a tour before me.
how was that? How was that having her mob with Wiz? Because I know y'all got hella songs together too.
Yeah. We actually doing a song today.
Oh, lit. Tell him I say hi.
Yeah, we actually doing a record today. But yeah, man, it was a great fit for her. Taylor Gang was so hippie and so like, you know what I'm saying? Wiz is so much like the rap Bob Marley.
Right.
That was a good fit for Lola because it took her out of this whole element of previously being like a vixen and modeling and worrying about. Taylor Gang was about like, are you dope? Do you have the vibe? Like, are you, it's all about personality and shit. And she fits so good over there with Juicy J, Wiz, and the whole, Taylor Gang faction. It was really good. And I learned a lot by watching Wiz because I got to be close to Wiz because she was there. And I learned a lot watching Wiz, whole fucking rock star. Crazy. I watched him rock 30,000, 20,000 people. Crazy, crazy shit. And I got to see Big Sean's come up through Wiz.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because Big Sean was opening up for Wiz.
Right.
And Big Sean was, what song he was performing?
What song?
Ass, ass,
Oh,
ass.
yeah.
Now stop. Now make that motherfucker hammer time. So Wiz was the first one that told me. We was backstage watching Sean perform.
Mm-hmm.
And Wiz was like, yo, this song's gonna be a hit. Wiz was like, yo, this is gonna be a hit. This song is gonna blow up.
That's crazy.
And then that shit blew up. Not to mention, it was produced by the interns.
Oh,
Shout out to Co-Signing too.
Co-Sign.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yup.
It's
Produced
a
by the
small
interns.
world.
Chicago. Yup.
That's wild. How? Because,
They did my first album.
Oh, okay. Fire. That's talent right there.
Yeah.
I know y'all, Gangster 101, I feel like. Crazy.
That might be my craziest feature.
Yo, it was. I feel like you broke the internet with that for sure.
That might be my craziest feature.
How did that song come about? How did it feel?
Yo, I woke up one day and Wiz called me early as fuck, bruh. Like, he called me like 8 a.m.
Oh, wow.
He's like, yo, champ, you feel like rapping today, man? I'm like, nigga, you could say scrap, pap, dap. I'm gonna think you said rap, nigga. Yeah. He's like, all right, I'm at the studio. I'm at Paramount. Pull up whenever you ready.
Wow.
So I pulled up at Paramount. He had the shit loaded up. Everything go us. And I came in. Hold up, focus, hold up, and it look, roll up, blow and took it. Yeah, I just went stupid. I just went in the booth and I don't write. So I just went in the booth and I just gassed that motherfucker out.
Right.
Yeah. And that was that. That was history. That verse is crazy.
That verse is crazy. Do you practice your breath work? I'm sure people ask how you do it, but it's like.
No, I just kind of got it just
in you?
Repetitiously.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got it through repetition over the years and I always been good at it.
Right.
Yeah.
I respect that. Why did Lola stop doing music?
I think she just took a pause.
Okay.
She started doing like other businesses, like skincare and different things, fashion and stuff like that. But she got new music coming.
Okay. I know. I've been waiting.
But she took a pause when she had Brixton.
Okay.
She took a pause and you go through those self-reflective moments in life.
Right.
But she's so fire, bro. Like, she about to come with some new shit, though. She got some shit that smack.
Right.
She just got to put the music out. She for the last couple of years, she been doing all this music and not putting it out.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
And then it gets old and she's like, she don't like it because it's old. So it's like, nah, just put the shit out. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
So we about to shoot some videos and do some shit for her new shit.
Fire. 2014, you left Bad Boy. Why?
Shit, it was over with. It was like, Puff was doing Revolt. He was doing Ciroc. He was doing, he had a bunch of other shit going on. So it was just like I wanted to move on. He actually had to talk with me. He's like, yeah, because I think they were about to go to, what they went to? What's the dude? What's the bald head dude with the glasses? L.A. Reid.
Oh.
So they went and did a deal with L.A. Reid. What label was that? Because they moved over there. No. It was something else. L.A. Reid had a position somewhere and huh?
Wait, you're his new position?
No, before now, Bad Boy left. It was Epic. Yeah. So he left, they left Interscope, which was Jimmy Iovine, and they went to Epic and he took French and they went over there, redid the deal. But in the middle, there was like too much gray area and like I needed to make moves ASAP because I had new kid, I got shit going on, new baby, shit like that. Right. So I went with Sony. I signed with what fuck is it called? Yeah, RCA. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I went with RCA.
Definitely want to touch on that. How was your time there? I just interviewed Cowboy.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Damn, they were talking about him back then.
He's so hard, but he wasn't able to release. Like they were, for whatever reason, I feel like no shade to RCA, but I feel like a lot of artists go through it with them. For some reason, they're not able to release. And I know there was a similar situation with you.
I guess it was kinda. Yeah, it was weird. But I just think what RCA is, I mean, it happened with a lot of artists on RCA. Yeah, a lot. I recently was working with T-Pain.
Oh, wow. He was signed to RCA?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Chris Brown,
Oh, wow. Oh.
RCA.
Shit's...
A lot of people.
I know, I'm trying to...
A lot of people. RCA is a big label. So you could quickly be not prioritized.
Yeah.
Fast. Yeah. You know. If you're not like a super mega star and all the limelight is on you, you're probably not gonna have a good time there. You know, but Peter Edge, man, first of all, shout out to Peter Edge because Peter Edge was ready to move with my shit.
Mm-hmm.
But shit happens, man. You know, shout out to Jay Grand. That was my A&R. I recently just tapped back in with him.
Oh, okay.
I sent him a message recently and I was just like, yo, you know, it's all love, man, you know?
Good for you, Los.
You know,
Good for
I was just
you.
in a space where I'm like, I just wanted to be love and
right.
peace to your family. And he's like, yo, we should link up. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. So we actually going to do some musical endeavors outside of that whole thing, you know. But it was all good. It was a great experience for me because I put out God Money War on RCA, you know what I'm saying? Which was one of my best projects.
That was a big moment. I remember
you know,
that moment.
It's produced by the interns in majority, so fire for me. Great experience, but I'm independent.
Okay, I got you. I respect that.
Yeah.
Real quick, talk about the process of doing the song with DMX. That's legendary.
Oh yeah, my Arizona boys. So After Platinum, is a label that I had got with. After Platinum after my Baltimore situations with the streets and this, that, and the third. And, you know, I got with After Platinum, my boy Ernie and his brothers. And they had Corey Guns was on their label at the time.
Crazy.
And we did a lot of this shit, you know, pretty much independent. You know, we did tours. You know, Ernie got behind me, shot videos, gave me some money, put some money in my pocket, and really helped me through a tough time of just trying to advance and get my shit out, you know. And even he called me the other day and he was like, yo, I want to hear the new music. What you got going on? So everything's coming full circle, but like they played an integral part in my advancing and doing deals and getting deals and letting me get my whole advance and shit, you know. Just giving me a lot of opportunity, man, having my back, you know. So hold on, what did you ask me again?
Doing a song with DMX?
Okay, so no, this is how we tie into them.
Oh, okay.
They knew DMX.
Okay.
They knew DMX. And I had the record and we was putting it together and they was like, they had the connection to DMX and we just thought it would be dope as fuck if we could get X on some shit. And they took me to the Salt Mine studio in Arizona and X was there and I got to chop it up with him, you know, and he did the verse and it was just fire, man. That song is so dope to me. It's this legendary DMX, man.
Right.
And they got it done. My boy Ernie, man. Ernie from After Platinum, man.
Wow.
Yup. That was the independent imprint that I was with. I did a production deal with them. So that was kind of in the middle of we actually did the RCA deal and all that, you know. Right. We did all that together.
Wow.
Coming out of the Bad Boy situation, going into RCA, and you know, they was there for a large part of my growth. Mm-hmm. Straight up, you know. Yeah.
How did it feel when you found out he passed? Because I feel like just hip hop just took a huge L in that day, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't like extremely sad because X is just, to me, he's still alive, you know. I don't even wake up every day and be like, yo, X is gone. Because his energy was
Right.
crazy. It still lives. I had several encounters with X. X spent a lot of time in Baltimore. A lot of time in
Right.
Baltimore.
Right.
So, to me, X's energy is just living, and it's so much, So yeah, I don't look at it like X is gone, man. But I did think it was unfortunate that that it happened the way it happened.
Right.
It was like in a hospital or some shit, right? It was like,
Right.
yeah, I thought that was fucked up. But other than that, DMX lives to me. I think DMX is one of the greatest of all time,
Right.
if not the greatest of all time. I mean, it's like
Right.
arguably nobody ever did it like X.
Right.
Nobody. He was just amazing in every way, shape, or form. So,
Right.
Shout out to his family and him and his legacy.
What's your favorite DMX song?
My favorite DMX song is two. I got two records. I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Slipping, I'm falling, I got to get up. That's my favorite song, period, in life. Not just my favorite DMX song. That's my favorite song in life. And then, what types of games are being played? How's it going down? Those two right there might be my two favorite songs in life.
I love
Not
it.
just DMX, just in life, like, period.
For sure.
Yeah.
Respect. 2013, I really want to touch on you responding to Kendrick Lamar's Control because, again, you broke the internet. How did it feel to respond to that? And what was your first inkling when you heard Kendrick Lamar's Control?
I love the energy of it. I love the competitive nature of him going at people that he was on a record with, and him taking that moment and making a hip hop moment out of it.
Right.
It was dope as shit to me. And I was like, yo, I want some of that. Like, don't nobody never give me those type of opportunities. I want some of that. So, in classic King Lo style, I jacked the beat and I went in the studio and I did my own rendition of it. And it actually got recognized by not just the entire internet, but Kendrick himself spoke on it several times in several different interviews that he thought I had the best response to
Right.
his thing. And I thought that was dope because then I ended up meeting him and we exchanged numbers and shit. Bricks was just a little baby. We took a picture.
Aww.
So I got a picture of me, Kendrick, and baby Bricks. And
That's adorable.
I'm gonna use it for whenever we do a song. Whenever me and Kendrick do a song, I use that as the artwork.
Mm.
If that ever happens, hip hop is weird.
Right.
Hip hop is weird. I don't know. Well, I say the music industry is weird. Hip hop isn't weird.
Right.
Hip hop is the shit, but the music industry is weird, and sometimes dope ass artists don't work together, and it's weird to me. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I love Kendrick and all his shit. So if it ever happens, it'll be dope.
What was your response when Lupe Fiasco said you and Logic are better lyricists than Kendrick Lamar?
I was in I really appreciated someone recognizing me as being, someone in that light, speaking on such a powerful platform like Hot 97 and mentioning my name. I can't speak for Logic and whatever sentiments that Lupe has towards Logic, but just for myself, I really appreciated somebody speaking light on my name and giving me at least the people to say fuck no or whatever, but giving the opportunity of it to be out. I thought that was dope.
Definitely.
I thought that Lupe was dope for that.
For sure. That's a legend too.
Lupe is crazy with it.
Right? I love him. Would love to touch on real quick. Obviously, 2014, Rick Ross put out Mastermind. Or Nobody. The song Nobody from Mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
I know you touched on it a little bit, but yeah, could you just explain the little Diddy rant for us?
Oh yeah, so there's so many like
Your homie smiling, so I know there's some
Yeah, well, I have archived hundreds of Diddy rants. So it became a thing with me and Puff that whenever he go into his Diddy rants, I start recording them, right? So one night we in his crib and he's going off, like we talking about like how to separate ourselves from, where he describes as the roaches, and that's just like the bottom feeders. Like you got to decide in life, whether you want to be elite, regular, excellent, esoteric, like, and I mean, he gave me a long speech about just how to separate yourself and elevate to new levels. And it was certain parts of the shit that it was so ill, some of the shit that he was saying, because he goes into these spells where he be saying some cold ass shit. So I pulled out my phone and I recorded him saying everything he was saying. So I left his crib, and the next day he called me. He was like, yo, did you record me yesterday? And I was like, yo, yeah, I got a lot of it. He was like, yo, send it to me, send it to me. So I sent it to him, and I was going to use it for my album.
Oh, okay.
And he played it for fucking French. French is the type of nigga, French going to use it first. That's French. French is like that. The New York, he fast. So Puff plays the shit for French. French, I guess, played the shit for Ross. And then Ross like, yo, I gotta have that. But Ross and Puff had the relationship. So they end up getting the shit and using it. And then I guess unknowingly or not knowing the true origin source of it, I think somebody might have asked French or somebody like, where did it come from? And then French, I think, told somebody Puff was talking to Los. So then like when it came out, people was thinking like Puff was shitting on me or something. Like the way they was describing it, I'm like, no, you idiot. Like this is how we talk about you niggas. This is the conversations that we have about being different. But however you niggas take it, I don't give a fuck. Cause I was gonna put the shit on my album. But I guess when it got misconstrued, like people thought that he was talking to me. Like Puff never talks to me like the amount of love and respect that he got for me is like I haven't seen him have that level with a lot of people. So we got a love and a respect. So, but other than that, that was just one. I got shit in my phone now. I got classic shit that I'm just saving up. You know what I'm saying? But it was a chess move for French to take that and give it to Ross.
Right. Smart. Crazy.
Yeah, it was so smart, but I was gonna do it first, but he beat me to it. I should have never sent it to Puff. I should have just kept it and didn't send it to him. I should have just kept it, but it's all good.
That's funny. How was it being on Lil Wayne's No Ceilings too?
Crazy. Dream of mine.
Best rapper alive.
GOAT. It was crazy. I met Wayne at the Revolt with Puff.
Oh, okay.
We did the Revolt show in Miami, and Wayne popped out. So I knew Mac Main. So I was chopping up with Mac Main, and I was like, yo, Mac Main. I was like, yo, bro, introduce me to Wayne. Wayne is like off to the side, rolling a blunt in his hand, just in his own world, with just alone. And Mac Main's like, you don't know Wayne? I said, bro, introduce me to Wayne, bro. Please. So he take me over there to Wayne, and Wayne looks up, and Mac like, yo, Weezy. He's like, there's King Los. Like, King Los, this Wayne. Wayne like, pleasure to meet you. And I'm like, I leaned over, I said, I don't like none of these rappers. And he looked, he's like, and I said, none of them. But I fuck with you, Wayne. And that was it. And then we walked away. And like 5 in the morning, I'm at my hotel, knocked the fuck out. My phone ring. It's Mac, man. And he like, Weezy wants you to come to the studio. And I'm like, what? I'm like half asleep. He like, Wayne wants you to
Wow.
come to the studio. I'm like, all right, you gonna meet me there? Or he like, nigga, I'm asleep. Wayne want you to come to the studio. So I take a Uber to North Miami, go to the studio, and it's just Lil Wayne. Nobody else. It's just Wayne. I'm standing there with just Wayne. Like, how the fuck I in the studio with just Wayne? Nobody else is in this bitch. Just me and Wayne. It's crazy.
That's wild.
It's nuts. Like, it's crazy as fuck. So he went in the booth. No, first he leaned over, he said, he was rolling another blunt, and he looked at me, he said, so what you been working on? What you want to work on? And I said, yo, whatever you want to work on. I'm not even about to take the lead in this motherfucker. Whatever you want to do, I'm with you. So he picked out a Southside beat. He was like, Southside, folder 2, something, something, something. I'm like, what the fuck's do the alien? Like, you knew the folder, the beat, and the producer? That's crazy. Loaded it up. He walked in the booth. He just started recording. And I was out there just like cheering him on and shit through the booth. I was like, yo, that's fire. He was like, just doing his shit, you know, off the dome. And then he walked out. He was like, you need me to get you paper? I was like, paper? I said, nigga, open up the booth door and walk straight in. He was like, okay. So I got in the booth and then I started rapping and I seen Wayne outside the booth. He's rolling his blunt and he was just looking at me. He's like, that shit is fire. That shit is fire. So I get the nod of approval from him. I come out, he go back in. Rest is motherfucking history. We did fuck is the name of that record we did on No Ceilings? No Reason. It's called No Reason. It's called No Reason. Yeah, No Reason. We did No Reason. Yeah, and that was ill. Then I was in the studio with him one time after that. But I didn't do no record with him. I just was in there chilling. But
I was gonna say, did you learn anything? Because I know he freestyles everything off the dome too.
I mean, we kind of do everything the same way.
Okay.
We just do everything the same way pretty much. Yeah, pretty much the same process. Feel that shit, go in there and just go the fuck stupid. But I learned a lot from Wayne. That's why he the GOAT to me. Because my whole ability to feel like I want to be better than everybody at a young age, it was a lot of that Wayne energy. Like, Wayne was coming with that energy, man, and squad ups, and that shit was overwhelming to me.
Right.
So, you know, I just took that energy and ran with it.
Right.
And everything Wayne did, I wanted to rap on it. I wanted to do a cover. My first time getting known on the internet was my Millie freestyle.
Oh, wow.
You skipped that.
Oh, Millie freestyle, talk
A
about
Millie freestyle was my first viral moment.
Crazy.
A Millie, Bangladesh.
Right. Did y'all talk about it with Wayne? Did you bring it up?
I didn't. Nope.
Okay.
I think that, like the Kendrick moment,
Uh-huh.
I think that's the reason he called me.
Oh, okay.
I think he was like, probably called Mac and he was like, yo, Mac, that nigga King Los you introduced me to earlier, is this the Los that rapped on my shit? He had to hear it.
Right.
He had to. There's no way. And I think that was the full circle moment. And that's how it got me on the song.
That's tight. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Want to touch on your battle rap with Daylyt, obviously. I think the first time around, something happened where you didn't end up battling him, right?
Yeah, switched the opponent. They switched my opponent the last second.
Why?
Some shit they had with Daylyt.
Okay.
To this day, I really don't know, but it was between RBE and Daylyt and
Right.
whatever, you know. So, yeah, it didn't happen. I ended up battling Head Ice instead.
Right.
Yeah, it was a great battle, my first battle.
How'd it go? Who do you think won?
Me, obviously.
Okay.
Obviously, me.
Obviously.
I don't really take L's. So, yeah, That happened, and then so we doubled back, and then we do the Daylyt battle.
How was that?
It was dope. It was really dope.
That's incredible.
I enjoyed that on a lyrical scale. It was dope as fuck to me. Daylyt is one of the illest battle rappers on planet Earth. One of the illest rappers on planet Earth. One of the illest brains on planet Earth. Like, dude is an alien for real, for real. So
Right.
it was honorable to rap against Daylyt, because Daylyt is actually one of my favorite battle rappers. So to rap against him and in Brotherhood,
Right.
it just was great.
That's
It's a
awesome.
great, like, it was, everything about it was great. And we did something to battle rap, you know. They're not gonna really give us the props. They're not gonna give us the props, you know, because they want everything to be ugly and dark. But we did something for battle rap.
Right.
And that shit was epic. A lot of people fronting on it, trying to act like it wasn't what it was. But
Right.
that battle made a lot of people call my phone.
Right.
Wyclef called me after that
Really?
battle.
I love Wyclef.
Yeah, a lot of people hit me up after that. So that battle set a precedence with MCs. So
I was gonna say, I feel like more
Historic.
recently, battle rap has low-key been, I mean, it's always been there, but more recently,
way more lyrical.
yeah.
Yeah. But you know, when I was going to battle rap, what they told me, you can't do lyrical miracle. That's what they called it.
Damn.
But now it's like, you gotta be lyrical now. It ain't, because it's more intimate now because of COVID. COVID took the big crowds out. So with the big crowds gone, it had to be face to face, MC to MC with just a couple people. Right. Now you gotta rap, nigga. You can't do all these antics now. You gotta rap.
Right.
So it's more so about rap than it's ever been right now.
How do you prepare for a rap battle?
How do I prepare?
Yeah.
I don't prepare.
At all?
No. I just do me. I don't break my stride. Like, don't nobody really got me shook like that. Where I
Right.
feel like I gotta do a whole bunch of shit. I just do me. I write my shit. I do the majority in my head. Walk up and down my block, pace around my block, come up with the shit in my mind, jot a couple ideas down, and then I'm still formulating my material the day I step into the ring. So I never know how it might go.
Right. I respect it.
Yeah, I'm different though. I ain't tripping off no battle rapper. It's just battle rap. Like, we putting words together. I don't feel like niggas could put words together like me.
Right.
I just don't. But I got into battle rap because them niggas love to smoke, and I love that smoke. You know? You don't really get that in the industry shit. So in battle rap, like, we could have the smoke and it's all good. We ain't got the beef about it, you know? We could get this off our chest and it's all good. Like my last recent battle with DNA.
How was that?
It's dope. It was dope. It was dope. He brought the shit, I brought the shit. You know? I surprised a lot of people. A lot of doubters and naysayers. Surprised a lot of people.
Right.
That I could stand in front of one of their best, well, a few of their best, and you know, and come out still looking good, you know. So I'm earning my stripes in battle rap. I like that.
Yeah.
I like being an underdog.
I feel like it's fun for you too.
It's so fun for me. Niggas don't really know. It's so fun for me.
Right.
I have not really actually been challenged
Wow.
where I feel like somebody's put me in a position to be vulnerable yet.
Okay. Damn.
So far, it's been a good trade-off of energies. But I don't think there's a person that could do it.
Is there someone you want to go? Is there like a versus situation that you would want to go up against?
No, not really.
No one that you feel like would be on par that would make for a good show?
A good show? A couple people would make a good show.
Like?
But I don't got nobody in my eyesight. Like, I don't got nobody that I'm like, yeah, I want to get in the ring with you. I don't really got nobody like that. I think they would want to get in the ring with me.
Facts.
I don't really got nobody. I'll pop enough shit though eventually, and somebody will get sick of my shit, and then they'll try to take me in the ring. That's pretty much how it go. I just pop shit. I talk shit, and then they be like, man, fuck this nigga, man. You got to come see me in battle rap.
Right.
And then we go over there and do that. It's whatever.
I love it. Real quick, can you talk about your work on Netflix, Rhythm and Flow with Cardi B?
Oh, I was on Netflix, wasn't I?
Yeah, I think you were helping the...
I was on there.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I'm just being facetious. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Jesse, the producer, on that show. But Yeah, that show was epic. T.I., Chance the Rapper, Cardi B, my man D Smoke,
Shout out to D Smoke.
London B, you know what I'm saying? Flawless.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was a beautiful show. A lot of talented kids on that show. A lot of talented kids on that show. And to be their coach and to help them through those moments and to paint that history with them was dope to me.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was like perfect for me. That was just right up my alley. So that was dope, man. And all of them are bigger than what they were that day. Now they all doing their shit. You know, I think D Smoke was Grammy nominated too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yup.
That's fire.
That's fire.
That's incredible.
Yep, that's love.
I love it. Talk about your R&B project, Internet Boyfriend,
Oh
that you're
damn.
dropping.
Yeah, Internet Boyfriend featuring Keisha Cole, Chris Brown, possibly T-Pain, still waiting on Pain. Wiz Khalifa, Jazzy Faye,
Hey.
you know, couple of my legendary friends, man, and people I look up to. Internet Boyfriend is just my R&B project that I'm doing. It's my approach at dedicating something to the ladies, because I felt like my whole career been so lyrical and hardcore and just rap that I wanted to switch it up and give my appreciation ceremony to the women through a project I call Internet Boyfriend. And it's just my depiction of the social climate that we live in right now, with the internet being prominent in matchmaking or connecting to other people. Back in my day, you had to run down on a girl face to face and say some fly shit and make her laugh and keep her attention and not pull out a pen or a pencil, but remember her number in your mind and call her later and press her. You know, these
Right.
days it's just like sliding some DMs. You know what I'm saying? Or post a picture, or you know, it's all about clout. And so it's different. So the Internet Boyfriend is going to touch on like the old and the new kind of concepts, and it's R&B based. So it's just like me singing and creating the songs that I feel from my heart. You know,
Right.
I never got a chance to do that. So
Right.
that's just that's a big moment for me.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
big moment for
beautiful.
me.
And the Gangsta Girls mixtape, King of Kings.
Yeah,
That's big.
That's after, and that's another full circle moment for me, because I got something on there from Bangladesh.
Okay.
They did the Amili that first got me viral,
Right.
and I was telling him how he got a lot of people. He changed the scope of music because a lot of people powered up off his shits, you know. So yeah, DJ Drama, Gangsta Grills. I've been wanting my whole life to do a Gangsta Grills.
Right.
You
That's
know,
legendary.
it's so legendary to me. And me and Drama been in talks for a minute now. He actually came to my Daylyt battle. Drama came with me in Atlanta to my battle. So, you know, he announced that we was gonna be working, and I just hit him up recently. Told him I'm aiming for the summertime for our Gangsta Grill. So I'm gonna release this Internet Boyfriend shit first, and then summertime we gonna move with the Gangsta Grills. We right back to the raps. Right back to the raps. The raps is good. I got a single on there with Game.
Okay, fine.
Game is on fire right now.
Right.
Shout out to Game, Drink Champs, and that whole interview. That shit was fire. Shout out to Nori and all them.
For
It's
sure.
my family. Yeah.
That's love. And real
Yeah.
quick, I know we were talking about the Kanye documentary. You were there the day that they went to Rockefeller.
Yeah, I was just there in that era, period.
Oh, okay.
G Robeson and Lenny S, two of my good friends from back in
shout
that
out
time,
Lenny.
they took me to Rockefeller back then. And, you know, Just Blaze and Kanye West was in there. And it was such a young Kanye that Kanye, I had a CD with 40 Kanye West beats on it.
Oh, wow.
That's how, like, imagine having all your beats on a CD. You know, and a lot of those beats end up coming out in the future too on big projects. But I had those beats early, just listening to like, yo, check this producer out, Kanye West. You know, and I was there, you know, at Baseline Studio and met Kanye. So that was epic to me to see how that came full circle as well, because You know, I got an epic freestyle moment with Kanye West through Puff in the studio where we was freestyling. And he premiered to us that to my Chi-Town homies that know me best, I feel like Taylor Swift might owe me sex cause I made that bitch famous. He said he rapped that to us first in the studio. He like jumped up on the console and rapped that shit. And then I jumped up on the console and rapped some shit and we had an epic back and forth. So it kind of comes full circle, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I guess, is there anything else you want to plug? What are you most excited for?
Just stay tuned, man. We got a lot of shit coming. I got a crazy app that I'm about to do, a tech, and a website. It's gonna be some real frontier shit. Like it's gonna be fire. I can't say it right now because everybody gonna jack my swag, but yeah, it's coming, man. You know, 2 projects this year. It's about to drop. It's coming. Videos, everything. We outside.
We outside.
Mask off, man.
Facts. Oh my God, no more masks in LA.
Mask off, man. We could smile again.
Facts.
Yeah. Yup. That's it, man. That's all.
Man, well, thank you. You're a legend in the game, for real. Thank you for your time. I know you've been turning down interviews. I appreciate you.
I can't turn you down.
I appreciate you.
Yup. That's love.
Always welcome here at Black TV.
I'm trying to wake up.
I know, right? Get some juice in you.
Yeah. Sheesh.